Hello, welcome to the Skeins of Dreams knitting podcast. I'm Megha. I'm also known as Skeins of Dreams on Instagram and on Ravelry. And today I have a bonanza knitting episode for you. I have been knitting a lot and I have 3 finished objects. I have only 1 active works in progress, but a couple of cast on plans. I have some favorite fall winter outfits to share with you, and I have Rhinebeck acquisitions. So this video is going to be a bit of a lot of things, and so we should get started. So October had been a really busy month. I think my last video was in September. Also, I just remembered it's been 3 years since I've been podcasting, so happy 3 years to us. Thank you so much for sticking with me till now. If you have been watching since the beginning, I really appreciate all of you. And today is actually Saturday, November 2nd, and I just released my Diwali vlog last night. And I'm already getting so many lovely messages and comments from all of you. Thank you so much. The vlog actually had some knitting content talking about one of the sweaters I was knitting on all of this week, but the angle of the camera was so weird. I did not feel comfortable putting that little segment in the vlog, so I just completely omitted it, and it turned out that the vlog had no knitting content at all. But I knew that the next video, like this one, is going to have a lot of knitting, so I thought it was gonna be okay. So it's a nice sunny day in Pittsburgh, and I think it's a good idea to take advantage of those few days when the lighting is perfect and I can get so much. I mean, you know, it's so nice to show colors when the lighting is this good. And of course, I've been to Rhinebeck 2 weekends ago. I'm losing track of time because the weekend I was in Rhinebeck, the following weekend I had to go to Houston for work. So it kind of threw off the entire balance. And then because I wanted to record something to give you an update of what I got at Rhinebeck and my wonderful trip with Mel and Salma, but it didn't happen. And then Diwali came and I was busy with that. So better late than never. All right, let's jump right into it because there will be a lot of talking today. So my first finished object, and I don't think I don't think I have talked about this finish. Like, I was about to finish it, but I don't remember that I did in my last video. But this is my Farnham sweater, and it's done and it's beautiful. I am super in love with this sweater. I used Sonder Luxe Sport, so Sunday Morning Luxe Sport. So it's a BFL Masum and cashmere blend, and it turned out so beautifully. This is Mani Pedi and this is full English. I love this combination and it looks really nice. I was supposed to wear this for Rhinebeck on day 2, but it was very warm that day. And I mean, not very warm, but it wasn't cold enough to wear this sweater because this is a very warm sweater. And so I didn't end up wearing this at all, but I finished it. And I actually, the day we got to Rhinebeck, it was quite cold that day. And our Airbnb was chilly because it was this really old construction, and the heating was not, we had turned off the heating because the heating was very loud. So I was able to wear this anyway the day I got to Rhinebeck. I will say that I have not woven in some of the ends, strategically the ones that I can tuck in when I'm wearing it. So I've worn this sweater multiple times, but for whatever reason, weaving in ends is not on the top of my priority list. But I'm super happy. This is designed by Sophie, the Knit Pearl Girl, and I am so glad I used the Sonder yarn for this. I will say that when I blocked it, I put some hair conditioner in the water because I felt when I was knitting with the yarn, it was so lovely to knit with, but I just felt like it might be just a little bit softer if I put conditioner, and it turned out wonderfully. And I love the rolled neck feature and everything. I didn't block the roll neck properly, so mine kind of rolls a lot, but I still love it. It's very beautiful. Yeah, I didn't have enough yarn to do full sleeves on this, but I had to order an extra skein because the way the sweater was turning out, it would not have looked good with 3/4 sleeves, so I ended up getting more yarn. Right, I had to adjust the camera just a little bit. I hope that it looks fine now. So yeah, that's my Farnham sweater, and I'm super pleased with it. That's finished object number 1. The next finished object is my super squishy, super pretty Daft Days cardigan. This is a design by Rebecca Clow, and I knit this in my own hand spun. So the pink yarn is my own hand spun, and the white or the cream is Bare Naked Wool's Better Breakfast DK in the color Milk and Honey, I think. And the cardigan turned out so squishy and is so soft. It's incredibly soft. The fun thing was I finished this cardigan just before I was leaving for Rhinebeck, and I didn't have buttons for it. The buttons that I had did not look great on it. I just needed this blue that would be the perfect blue, and I just could not find buttons in my stash, so I thought I'd buy them at Rhinebeck. But then the first evening when we met at Rhinebeck, Selma had brought her entire button collection because I had mentioned that I was looking for buttons for this in the chat that we have, and then Selma brought her button bin, and I found the perfect buttons in it because I feel like it pulls out the blue in the hand spun so well, and I really like it. I will say that I have not blocked this Daft Days, so it kind of the button band could sit a little better, but I haven't blocked it. But I steam blocked the body, but I did the ribbing at the end, and since I did the ribbing, I didn't do any sort of blocking to this, so I'm a little behind on all my admin tasks like weaving in ends and blocking sweaters, because you will see the third sweater also has not been treated the way it should be. But I'm so happy with the Daft Days as well. It turned out really well. I got the fiber from Three Waters Farm. I have spoken about this quite a bit in my previous videos. One ply was a multicolor BFL silk, and the other ply was a pink tonal merino, and I did a 2-ply spin, and I am so proud of myself. I did the spin during Tour de Fleece in June. I started this sweater in July and I finished it in October, so it was a labor of love, and I'm so pleased with it. It fits me really well. It's very soft, and I just needed more cardigans in my wardrobe that I could just throw on and wear to work and things like that, and this is perfect. And I love how bright it is. I did get a lot of people. I wore this to Rhinebeck, so this was my Rhinebeck outfit. One of my the sweater I wore for Rhinebeck on day 1 on the Saturday, and I did get a lot of compliments on it, and I am so happy with how this turned out. Yep. So that is the Daft Days. It's just so squishy, and you can just see the drape on it. The Better Breakfast DK has some alpaca in it, and of course there's a lot of fibers in this. There's of course merino, there's alpaca, there's BFL and silk. So overall, it is the most luxurious and most squishy thing ever. And it's mosaic stitch, and I kind of feel like it did really well for my hand spun and created like this really nice fabric, which I thoroughly enjoy wearing. And it worked out perfectly with Selma's buttons, so I'm always gonna remember that it has beautiful buttons that I got from Selma's collection. Okay, so that was finished object number 2. And then the third one I actually cast off this morning. For whatever reason, not for whatever reason, I know why it took me so long. So first of all, this was a whip from the spring. There was a Pohjola Cal being hosted by Casey of Young Folk Knits and in collaboration with Sari Nordlund. And I started the sweater then. I saw beautiful Pohjolas being made and I finished my yoke, but then I had promptly let it go when I had to do the body. But now it's all done. Of course, no more. I will not weave in ends clearly anymore. I have woven in ends that are strategic, like the end for the cuff has been woven in, but not the ones that are inside the sweater, and you can see them right now, but you can't see them when I'm wearing it. I am so pleased with what I did with this sweater. I was not very confident of this. I kind of wanted I was in the spring, I was in a very like, of course, spring mood. So I wanted like a pink and green, you know, very springy colors. So this yarn is Drop Snod, and I wanted to try Drop Snod because Ivana of the Republic of Me had spoken so highly of it. And so I ended up getting these 3 colors. I kind of didn't like either the pink or the green around my neck, so I did a charcoal, which looks lovely. And I wanted this sweater to be completely in this pink, and the green was supposed to be just a contrast color because I love the green so much. I got a lot of the green as well, so I thought that whatever was left I would put it in another raglan that I make. And I had started a raglan with the green, but it was just not working out, so I ripped it back. And then I started the sweater with the green, with the pink as the main color, and I was knitting to about here. And then I felt like the pink was too fleshy and I couldn't see the sweater in fully pink. And so I decided mid-yoke that I'm gonna switch the colors. So around here, I started using pink as the contrast color, and then I finished the sweater in green, of course. And I'm so pleased with it. It looks fantastic. I will say that I wasn't planning on it being negative ease. I think it has turned out negative ease. I haven't wet blocked it, so I don't know how much I can block it out, but honestly, I kind of really like how it fits. Since it was a project that I started in spring, I have completely forgotten what size I was knitting or what I was doing. It has been happening to me quite a bit now that when I swatch, I have a gauge, but then when I knit the actual sweater, the gauge is much tighter. And that has happened a few times, and I've had to rip back projects, and I think I'm just not doing swatches that are big enough. And honestly, unless it's a test knit, I don't feel like doing them too big. So this was not a test knit, and I was just doing my own thing, and the sleeve has turned out very fitted, but I kind of like that look because I don't have a lot of sweaters like that. Most of my sweaters have positive ease. And there is some sort of springiness to this yarn. This has, I think it has wool, alpaca, and polyamide. And I feel like the alpaca maybe gives it a little bit of springiness. I don't know. But I really enjoyed knitting with this yarn. Very beautiful. And the sweater has turned out so lovely. I'm so happy with this. While I was working on all of these sweaters, I have also been sewing, of course, and I was trying to figure out, you know, what my wardrobe aesthetic should be. And I love to wear a lot of colors, of course, and sometimes that can get a little difficult to pair with things. So most of my bottoms are very plain or just black. I wear a lot of black pants, and that usually works because whatever sweater I make, I can wear it with black pants. However, when I started getting into sewing, I wanted to sew with different fabrics, and I made a lot of tops, but I prefer just having layering tops. So I like something as plain as this so that I can wear my fun cardigans. Like I could wear this with the right bottoms. I could totally wear this. So I started sewing more bottoms because I thought that tops are usually taken care of by knitting because I have a lot of summer garments that I knit as well. And so I wear a lot of hand knit tops. So I kind of wanted to sew bottoms, and also I have wide hips and it's not always easy, and I have like a narrower waist. So my waist to hip ratio is a lot bigger than what is in the standard sizes. So if I buy something that fits my hips, it's usually loose around my waist. And if I buy something that will fit my waist, it won't go over my hips. So I almost always had this issue. So I would wear a lot of jeans, and honestly, jeans stopped becoming fun for me. I felt like they also stopped looking flattering at some point. And I just got bored of wearing jeans constantly. And in the summer, Pittsburgh is very humid, and I hate wearing something that's super close to my legs. I go to work and I have a very like indoor job right now. I do go to the plant site sometimes, but then it's all safety clothing. So that's not even like a consideration, right? So, but at work, when I'm indoors, I want to wear something comfortable and I want to wear something that fits me. I'm going off on a tangent. Basically, I've been paying a lot of attention to my outfits. So I started doing this mental thing every time I make a sweater to try and figure out what I can wear with the sweater. And then I tried to sew a few pieces that would be kind of universal with all of the knitted items that I own. So I, this morning, got all ready and took a few videos of the different outfits that I have been enjoying wearing lately. Of course, no outfit is complete without the proper accessories, and I have been really into beautiful pieces of jewelry that I can wear along with all of these outfits that I'm planning in my head and actually wearing to work, and in wherever I go, I'm trying to put together these outfits. So I will do a short plug of today's sponsor. So there's a little bit of a backstory because I was so Ana Luisa, the brand, reached out to me and requested to do a collaboration. And honestly speaking, like, I already own Ana Luisa's jewelry, and I have been buying little pieces of jewelry throughout the last couple years that I have been thoroughly enjoying, and I love pairing with all my outfits. And I prefer to stay in the warmer metal colors. So I either buy rose gold or just regular gold. The reason I'm saying all this is I already own Ana Luisa jewelry and I wear it all the time. So when they reached out to me about doing a collaboration, I was very happy to agree to it. So they very graciously asked me for a few choices, and I went on their website, which is really nice to use. And I picked out this pebble necklace and this double hoop earrings as one of the options. They had asked me to give a lot of options, and that was no problem at all. I was able to pick a lot, and then they sent these pieces to me. I can definitely vouch for the longevity because I think I have the other two necklaces for like at least a year, and they look exactly like they looked when they came out of the box. So I'm now going to talk about a few outfits that I tried on for you, and you can see that the jewelry I'm wearing works really well with my outfits as well. First outfit is my reflections vest paired with my Winslow culottes. I just adore this reflections vest. I made this a couple years ago, and I made this in fiber company Acadia, and it's a beautiful, beautiful yarn, and it has beautiful stitch definition. The Winslow culottes are in a linen cotton blend that I sewed, I think, earlier this year. I love how this outfit looks. I love having this plain long sleeve tee under the vest, and I think it makes for a really cute outfit, and I do wear it with my boots. Most of the outfits today I'll be talking about are paired with boots because they are fall and winter outfits. So this is one of my favorite outfits, and you can see how I'm pairing just plain black top to bottom along with a bright green vest, and that's how I sort of try and incorporate color into my outfits. The second outfit is a favorite outfit that I recently started wearing. This is again a plain tee from Old Navy with the same Winslow culottes that I've been talking about, and my Calyx cardigan. This cardigan was my Rhinebeck sweater for last year. It's made in Hudson and West Forge, I believe. And it is a beautiful, beautiful cardigan, held up really well. It has spilled a bit, but nothing too much. It's a very precious cardigan because the wool, the yarn is expensive, but I can attest to how beautifully it has held up. Of course, I love the flowy pants and the oversized cardigan with a well-fitted black tee. And I actually wore this outfit to dinner. So we got to Rhinebeck on Thursday, and on Friday night we went to dinner with some of Salma's friends, and so I wore this outfit to dinner, and I love this. I have worn this quite a few times already. I need more cardigans that can just go with this black and black. I've really been enjoying the pairing of the color with the black tee and the black pants. And these have quickly become my favorite sewing garment that I have made. I love how the linen cotton blend holds up. It gives a lot of volume, but I feel like it still looks quite flattering. And it's very, very comfortable, of course. All right. The next outfit. So this is my red raglan. It doesn't have a name because it's just a raglan that I knit and made up. It's my self-drafted raglan recipe. And I made this in Blacker Yarns BFL. I'm a big BFL fan. And I love how simple and beautiful this outfit looks. I actually ended up wearing this to Rhinebeck on the Sunday because it wasn't as cold, and I love this particular raglan because it just gives me the right amount of warmth while not being too warm, because it has a wider boat neck and 3/4 or bracelet length sleeves. I got a lot of compliments on this completely me-made outfit, and I thoroughly enjoy wearing this raglan. I definitely need a few more of these simple, basic pieces in my wardrobe. Here I'm wearing my recently finished Pohjola sweater along with my black Sew House 7 free-range slacks. I have been looking for a good pattern for a tapered leg pair of pants. I tried the free range slacks pattern, and I really like this garment as well. I do feel that the drop crotch situation is very comfortable to wear, but I don't think it's not the one that I gravitate towards for work. So I would like something which has a similar leg shape but not the drop crotch. So I need to find some patterns that can do that. But I love wearing this outfit. I love wearing these pants, and I'm so glad that the pants look so good with the Pohjola sweater, because I feel like because of the negative ease of the sweater, I need some sort of trousers that can complement this sweater. and I feel like these free range slacks do exactly that. I'm quite keen to wear this out and about because I just finished the sweater today and I just wore it to try out for this video. My next outfit is, of course, the red raglan with my free range slacks. I love that each knitted piece can be worn with different sewn garments, and I really enjoyed wearing this. I actually wore this while I was driving to Rhinebeck. I kind of wanted to incorporate my Rhinebeck outfits just to show you how I am pairing my knitting with my sewing. And this is a very comfortable outfit to wear. I drove 7 hours in this and I was perfectly fine. I love the way the boots look with this outfit, and it's a very, very fall vibe. Okay, so next we have the Farnham sweater with my Winslow culottes again. So I made a second pair of Winslow culottes in this beautiful 100% viscose fabric. I love how these turned out. They're very flowy. I will say that they're a tad bit too long. And I kind of like them with boots which have a little bit of a heel to them, but I think I could take them up by at least half an inch and they'd be perfect. Of course, the Farnham and these Winslows look like a very stunning and kind of a statement outfit because of the color pairing, but I love how they look. And I like that the longer sweaters can be tucked into these flowy pants and they look really great. I also want to add button loops to these Winslows so that they can be made a bit tighter. I have started adding a full seat adjustment to most of my pants because I have a big bum. So I've done full seat adjustments to most of my pants or my trousers, and that helps a lot, especially when I bend down to pick something up or if I have to sit on the floor. It definitely helps, and I've been doing that to the Winslows as well, even though they are such flowy pants. So I love this Farnham tee and tee. Did I keep calling it a tee? It's a sweater. I love this Farnham sweater and Winslow outfit for sure. Now I'm wearing my beautiful Daff Days with the flowy maroon Winslows. And you can see I've paired it with a very simple basic tank from Old Navy again. I love that there are a lot of reds and pinks playing in this outfit. I wouldn't wear this to work so much. I think I could. There's nothing wrong with it. I just tried to do something with color here to see if this looks good, and personally I would carry it off no problem at all. Some with bright lipstick and the right jewelry. I would love to wear this outfit out and about. I have not done that yet, but I wanted to try it out because I had this vision that my Daff Days would look good with these maroon Winslows, and I think they do. This is actually my Rhinebeck outfit. I wore the Daff Days cardigan with this basic tank and my chanterelle zipper version. So the chanterelle pants by So Liberated have multiple views, and I made the taper leg cuff view. I think this is view B, and I did the zipper fly expansion. This is the first time I put in a zipper. I think the pants fit wonderfully. I made size 22 for the top of the pants, but I did have to taper the cuff to a size 18 because when I made a full size 22, the bottom of the pants were too balloony for my taste, and I like a little bit of a taper in my trousers. So I absolutely love this pair. It has an elastic back and a zipper fly front. And it was so much fun it was like an engineering thing to make these zipper fly fronts, and I would happily do this again. I made them in this very beautiful blue washed linen, and I do want to make it in a non-stretchy, like sometimes linen stretches out and you have to keep washing it. So I do want to make it in a cotton twill or something that I could wear to work and it would look more formal. But I love this whole outfit. The Daff Days, the chanterelle pants, and then the boots, of course. And yeah, this was my Rhinebeck outfit, and I'm so happy that I made the whole thing. I do have a bonus outfit here. I wore my Anchors sweater that I finished earlier this year for myself in this beautiful pink color. It's a merino, it's a fingering held with mohair. So I love how fuzzy and beautiful, and it has a little bit of variegation because the fingering yarn had some speckles in it. And I'm wearing it again with my pinstripe Winslows, which are definitely my favorite pair of pants that I've made, pair of trousers. And I absolutely love this outfit as well. This is the first time I tried it on, and I can't wait to actually wear this to work one of these days. So those were some outfits that I have been wearing, and also a few that I would love to wear and add them to my frequent rotation in my wardrobe. All of these sweaters have quickly become my favorite pieces. I have a lot more sweaters, and I will plan to do these outfit videos, especially when I sew something and I feel like it looks good with certain garments that I've knitted. I would love to add this as a section in my videos. So yeah, I hope you liked watching a few of those outfits. So next segment is on my works in progress, I guess. I only have one right now because I finished so many things and I was working on these actively that I did not. I have a couple more cast-ons, but this is the one that I'm actively working on right now, basically. So this is also part of my Rhinebeck acquisition. At Rhinebeck, I went to the... So at Rhinebeck, I kind of wanted to buy a couple of sweaters quantities for myself, but then I wanted a couple for Baljeet. And the reason I needed some sweater quantities for him is I need to make him sweaters this year, and a lot of the colors that I have are not the ones that he would like to wear. Also, he's pretty hard on his sweaters and he needs them to be soft and warm. So I don't like to use superwash. He does not enjoy wearing superwash. He loves wearing woolly sweaters, but they need to be soft, and sometimes I can't tell that online. So I prefer buying in person for him. So I ended up at Green Mountain Spinnery while I was at Rhinebeck, and I saw this beautiful color. And the color is another thing. Like, I am very particular about the color that I pick for Baljeet. So I picked up this beautiful yarn. It's called Music, Mewesic. So music, not like the music we play, but like a play on sheep, a pun. This is 100% fine wool yarn, and I started Anchors, my boyfriend version. So this is a petite knit pattern. You just saw me wearing the pink Anchors, and now I'm making Baljeet a red one, and I am loving how this looks. I will say that one of the skeins of the yarn when I was knitting broke a couple times towards the end, and I just ripped out that particular section of the yarn and put it aside because I felt like maybe it was like a bad section, bad batch in one of the skeins. And I started knitting with the next skein because I'm afraid that if the yarn is too fragile, Baljeet might, like, you know, wear the sweater out. But the reason I have all of this reservations about sweaters for him is because the one sweater that I made for him in Brooklyn Tweed Shelter did not hold up well. Now, I don't know if it was a bad batch of Shelter. Is it the way Baljeet wears his sweaters? Because I have a Shelter sweater and that is perfectly fine. So I want to see, is it the woolen spun yarn? Because he also has a woolen spun sweater, which is perfectly fine as well. So I don't know what is the combination of or what was the issue exactly for that sweater not holding up well. So I'm a little concerned about this because the yarn seems woolen spun and fragile, but I think the knitted fabric is not fragile, I mean. So I would love to see how this holds up. I am taking a chance, but I think I will have to at some point try this because there are only a few yarns that are rustic but also soft to the touch and not like they don't have the guard hairs, and he is specifically very sensitive to rustic yarns. I know he likes Cascade 220, but I'm just like tired of making every sweater in Cascade 220 for him. So it's my problem too. And we have a cat here. Okay, so that is that is the Anchor's boyfriend version. And I think I think this may be graded for a men's chart because the yoke is definitely deeper for the same bust size between the men's and the women's, because I also have the women's pattern. And I was wondering if I absolutely needed to buy the men's pattern because I have the women's pattern. But I was like, you know what? I just want to see what the difference is. And then maybe next time I wouldn't do that. And I think the yoke is a bit deeper. But honestly, had I made it myself using the women's pattern, I would have adjusted for it anyway because you have the raglan at the end. So I would have tried it on Baljeet and then figured out when I needed to split for sleeves. But no worries, I bought another pattern. So that is my only whip that I'm actively working on. I will show you a swatch because today I'm casting on for the stick season jacket. I signed up to test knit this jacket, and this is a design by Rebecca Clow. And here's the swatch that I did. This is Dererum Natura Gilead. This is Sanus Garn Lena held with a strand of mohair, and this is Noro something. It's a Noro yarn. I can't remember what. All very different. This one has stitch definition, but I can't see it because it's this blue. This one has stitch definition and I can see it. And this one feels nice but has very little stitch definition but has lovely speckles. I think I'm going with the lime because I don't want to buy more yarn. I didn't find an iron weight yarn that I liked when I was at Rhinebeck, and I have enough yardage of this to make the garment, so I think I'm just gonna go with this. I'm doing a full texture shawl pattern version and I'm quite late to cast on, but life has been incredibly insane. So I'm gonna cast on today. The due date is 11th of December, so I'm thinking of focusing on this one and Baljeet sweater for the next month, and hopefully I can make it. I might just stop working on Baljeet sweater at some point and just finish off the stick season jacket. I'm excited about it because it's like this huge cozy thing and I'm so eager to make it. And here is the yarn itself. So this is Rowan Kid Silk Haze and this is the Sanus Garn Lena in the color lime. Sorry, there's like fuzz on my face. But I think this will be a really cute shawl collar cardigan. The next thing I want to cast on is actually, funnily enough, I want a shawl. I've been wearing the one Garter Goodness shawl that I have quite a bit, and I wore it to Houston. When it's chilly inside, I put it on. When it's chilly outside, I put it on, and I am craving for another large shawl that I can wrap around my shoulders. So the one I have is Garter Goodness, and I kind of wanted to make another Garter Goodness, and I was thinking that this might be a good yarn combo to make it in. This is Yin Yang yarn by Loop Fiber Studio. I picked this up at Rhinebeck last year. The original plan was to make a sweater out of this, but I think this will be a nice shawl. And now I'm thinking I should make the most recent Mystery Knit Along shawl, the Go-Go Dynamo by Mr. West Knits. I think that would be so cool in this loop yarn, and I can't stop thinking about it. So I might just cast on the Go-Go Dynamo and we'll see how this contrast works out. I love this marled, the complementary marled combination. And I have some orange mohair, so that would be so nice for the mohair there. So I'm almost convinced that I want this as a go-go dynamo, but I don't want to cast it on because I need to work on my test knit. But yeah, so these are the two things I want to cast on, and I already showed you. So the whips in this episode is quite less because I have so many finished objects. All right, I have this energy and I feel like I'm talking very fast, but I always say that and I'm never talking fast. I'm definitely one of the slow talkers. And the way I know that is when I'm trying to pick music for my videos. Sometimes the music is like if I try the faster paced songs, they never go with the vibe of my video. And always the very slow and very mellow ones go, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I speak slowly and I only assume that I speak fast. Anyway, now let's talk about the other things that I got at Rhinebeck. So this has become quickly a Rhinebeck acquisition video. But let me back up a little and tell you a little bit about the weekend. So on Thursday, I drove from Pittsburgh to Rhinebeck. We had booked an Airbnb in Rhinebeck in like the old part of town, and it was a beautiful yoga studio basically, and they had a couple of beds in the yoga studio, a very lot of space, lot of light, very beautiful, easy to get into and everything. And it was right on the street, the old town of Rhinebeck, so there were a lot of restaurants around which we were able to take advantage of. So on Thursday we got there, and of course we spent all evening talking and knitting and catching up. On Friday, we actually didn't do anything. We voted to stay in. I had already been traveling quite a bit. I was exhausted, and I think Selma with her new puppy and everything was also feeling the same. So we all just voted to stay in. We went out for a nice walk, but we knit and we crafted quite a bit. So it was a lovely day. And I was working on my Pohjola sweater body, so I got a lot of stitches in at Rhinebeck. And for dinner, we went out with some of Selma's friends, and it was really lovely to meet other knitters. I love the energy of Rhinebeck. We did not do any of the other smaller events around Rhinebeck. I just wanted something low-key, so I didn't push for it, and neither did Selma or Mel. So the only festival we actually went to was the main Rhinebeck festival, or the New York Sheep and Wool. So on Saturday by noon or something, we went to New York Sheep and Wool, and I had mentally made up a list of things that I wanted to get. So I told myself I wanted 2 sweater quantities for Biljit, and I really wanted to go to the Tidal Yarns booth because I've always wanted to buy Tidal Yarns, but it never worked out. And I recently saw one of my friends knit with it, and I was like, that is beautiful, I need that yarn. But before I got to the Tidal Yarns booth, Mel had told me about this particular vendor, and I ended up purchasing something from them as well. So this was, I think it was called the Suffolk Shaker shop, and it's this beautiful tray thingy for, you can keep jewelry, you can keep notions, anything, right? And it has this lovely handle. So I like Mel's idea of putting notions in there and just like carrying this around wherever you go and sit to knit. I also saw this very beautiful pin cushion, and I could not resist myself. It's so pretty. So I ended up getting this pin cushion and this little tray. Super cute. Actually, the night before when we met, we exchanged some gifts. So Mel did give me a beautiful skein of yarn. This is, I think, local to her. It's 100% superwash merino, but I love this yellow and salmon-y color combination. I think I could make socks if I use the one with nylon for the heels and toes. But we'll see what this ends up becoming. I love the yellow. It's so bright. I think it can go into some sort of it can be a contrast color for something super pretty. And then Mel also gave us a lotion bar, rosemary and mint, and this cute little thread and maple pouch which has a pair of snips and tapestry needles. This is so pretty, and I love the yellow. And I think there are stitch markers in here in the zip. Yep, just plain stitch markers. Super pretty and very useful. So I've been carrying this around everywhere and already got like some things on it. So yeah, that was what Mel gave me. And somewhere here is the beautiful piece of fabric that Salma got for me. So this is the beautiful fabric. I think this is a rayon viscose. I think this will be something really pretty for summer. Maybe a skirt, or if I can manage to make a spaghetti strap maxi or midi type of a dress, that'll be super cute. Yep. All right, then I did end up at the Tidal Yarns booth, and Patricia and Sarah from the Fiber Trek were over there, and it was so nice to meet them. And I ended up getting this gorgeous yarn. So I think the color is a little more green in person, but it's not showing up as green on camera. I feel like it's a little more mossy in person. So this is weld. So Patricia used weld for dyeing this, and I have a whole sweater's quantity for this. So I kind of want to make something cabled. A cable cardigan would be so nice in this yarn. Super pleased with this purchase. The next thing I picked up was, I was also looking for some fiber actually. I did not mention that in my list. And I saw this vendor who had this beautiful, it's called Coopworth. And this is 100% wool. They did have a Coopworth and silk blend, and it had some little speckles of silk, but they had samples of the yarn spun up. And I really liked the 100% wool sample. And I thought if I wanted mohair, I could like add like a strand of mohair to whatever I make. I think I would like a vest or a sweater in this. That would be so beautiful. I have 3 8-ounce balls, like this whole thing. So which is 24 ounces. So I think that should be enough for at least a vest for me, depending on how thickly I spin it. I will do a 2-ply. I have not yet gravitated to enjoying 3-ply yarn. I prefer 2-ply because it's to me it's a lot more springier, and I like how it knits up. 3-ply, the 3-plies I have spun are very ropey, and I think it's just me and the way I'm spinning perhaps. So I need to get better before I can enjoy my own 3-ply yarn. Then I went to the Utopia booth, and I got these beautiful skeins for Biljit. The color is called Balsam Fur, and this is 100% Midwest fine wool. So it includes Targhee, Rambouillet, Merino, and CVM. And that just looks amazing. Of course, I have a sweater's quantity. I'm only showing you a couple of skeins. I love the little speckles of yellow and blue in there. And I have to think of what I should make for him in this. I have not picked a pattern, but I have a yarn for him. And then for myself, we ended up at this. I had gone to this booth last year with Amy as well, the Shenandoah Fiber booth, which has alpaca yarn, and I bought this stunning orangey pink, red, pink, orange kind of color. I am in love with this color. It is so pretty. And I want to make the choky vest by Noriko, is it Ichikawa? I'll put it on the screen. I think I shared this pattern before and I forgot the designer's name again. I'm sorry about that, but this is a 50% alpaca, 10% bamboo silk, and 40% various wools. It's pretty soft. The alpaca does give it softness, and I love this color. So I want to make this V-neck vest in this yarn. So it's also a vest that has buttons, and of course we ended up at the button place and I got a lot of buttons. I don't have like a very big button store close to my house, so whenever I go to Rhinebeck I end up going crazy about buttons, and I got this stunning mother of pearl buttons to go with that yarn. I think it will look really cute. Yeah. I did get other options because I wanted a few options. So I have these purple ones, but these are not for that yarn. This I like for that yarn. It's a little reddish buttons, reddish pink. I got some pickle green ones. You can tell I have a thing for like larger buttons. I got these maroon ones. These are so pretty. I got some lavender and I got some orange. So all of my colors essentially, so that I can use them for whatever I make next. I wish I'd gotten more of these so it could go with my season, like the stick season jacket, but I don't think it has buttons, so I have to decide what to do with the jacket. I might make a belt or tie or something, but yeah, I got a lot of buttons at Rhinebeck. But yeah, these are the mother of pearl ones that I love the most. Very pretty. I think that was everything I bought at the festival. So I'm very happy. We went around quite a bit on Saturday, looked at all the booths. I bought some stuff on Saturday and I did buy some stuff on Sunday. It was very low-key. We walked around quite a bit. I actually bought some maple cotton candy, and then I bought a couple of wooden ladles for cooking because their food building with food stuff and vendors has Basil's. It's called the brand is called Basil's, and they have these handmade wooden spatulas, and I bought a few of those. I bought some bourbon for Baljit. He really enjoyed it. He tried it yesterday. So yeah, I got a few more things, but nothing like yarn related. But Saturday we just walked around. We were so exhausted at the end of it. And then it took us like 2 hours to leave the Rhinebeck, like near the Dutchess County Fairgrounds. There was a traffic jam for 2 hours. And we were stuck for 2 hours in the traffic jam. And then we went for dinner and knit a bit before going to bed. And on Sunday, we got up, got ready, and put all our, we had to check out of the Airbnb. And then we went back to the festival. It was I was there only from like 10 to noon on Sunday. And just did a bit more last minute shopping. And I think we actually ended up getting all the food on Sunday. I also bought some goat's cheese. It was amazing. I ate so much of it after I got back, just with crackers and bread and I think we still have 1 box of it. I got like 4 boxes. But yeah, it was a wonderful, wonderful time. And it's always lovely to meet Mel and Selma. And I got really, really nice stuff. And I met a lot of you, and you came and said hi, and thank you so much for doing that. I did not go to the hill this time. We just got caught up in looking at all the different booths and vendors, and we did spend a bit of time looking at all the animals, and it was so nice to do that. I did not actually get a lot of Rhinebeck footage. And I'm not too sad about it. It's not always the first thing in my mind to like take out my camera and start shooting. It has to be something I have to consciously remind myself, and that's not always fun to do. So I was just there in the moment, enjoying my time with my friends, and I did not get a lot of footage. I'm sorry, but I hope you still enjoyed my recap of my experience. Yeah, so that is what happened at Rhinebeck. Other than that, life is going well. I'm very busy at work. It has been taking up a lot of my mental capacity. I feel like I've been knitting less almost in the evenings, but I'm not. It's not that I'm doing anything else. I'm just like sitting and not doing anything or just hanging out with the cats. I need to also get back into routine because I had been traveling for almost 2 months, and right now I don't have any future work trips planned. They might happen suddenly and last minute, but that's okay. But I don't have anything that I actually know of. So I should get back into routine. Like I was going for yoga. I go for yoga regularly, like for over a year, but these last 2 months I haven't, so I need to get back into that. And of course, like Diwali happened, so that completely took up all my time this week. I'm excited to go back into boring routine. And then also, it's soon enough, it'll be holiday season. I have a lot of gifts planned. My friends are having babies, and I have quilts to quilt and sweaters to knit, but I'm trying to take it easy and do one thing at a time. But yeah, so that's basically what's happening in my life. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed watching everything. Let me know what you thought about the outfits segment and if you'd like that to be included. I know every time I finish a sweater, I do tend to post some outfit stuff, but this one was specifically using what I have in my wardrobe and what I actually wear to work a lot of times. So it was really, really nice doing that. And really fun, I mean. So yeah, let me know what you thought. I will add that I'm very sensitive to the type of jewelry that I wear, but I've not had any issues so far with the Ana Luisa ones that I have from like a year. So they're definitely hypoallergenic, and I've sometimes forgotten about them and gone to bed with the jewelry, and then also gotten into the shower with it. So it has not changed any color or all of that. So I do want to add that if you would like to purchase from them, there is a link in the description box below. So if you want to go check out their jewelry, please do so and click the link below. Thank you so much for sticking with me until the end. If you have, I hope you enjoyed this knitting bonanza video. Also Rhinebeck recap. Stay safe, happy crafting, and see you next time. Bye.